Welcome guys to my Game Week 9 team selection. As usual, in this video we're going to look at how my team fared in Game Week 8 and what my team is shaping up ahead of the deadline tomorrow. Don't forget guys to set your FPL team. Deadline is Friday, not the usual Saturday. So let's not get caught off guard. This video is probably brought to you by myself, FPL.CARNAGE, in association with GW9. So let's get right into the video. Game Week 8, I think I speak for the majority of FPL managers when I say it was a terrible game week. I myself scored 34 points, really, really disappointing. You know, I had Kelleher in my goal, 2 points. It was unfortunate that he considered the goal against Chelsea, although Chelsea, played a really great game, could have easily won the game, considered a lot of clumsy goals, but you know, ultimately, Kelleher could have also have kept the clean sheet. 2 points from him. Robinson, I honestly didn't expect, Fulham to concede 3 goals. They've been really, really great defensively. They've been quite solid. I didn't expect, them to concede 3 goals against Aston Villa. But Aston Villa, you have to give credit to them. They've also been great attacking wise. 1 point from Robinson. I haven't really gotten any return from him since his last clean sheet, but still a decent hold in my opinion. Saliba, I'm really getting frustrated, for holding like Saliba as my Arsenal defensive asset because the 3 decent fixtures that we've actually kept him for, he has managed to return -2 points. We kept him for the Leicester fixture, for the Southampton fixture, for the Bournemouth fixture, and he managed to return 0, 1, and -3. Like I don't get it. -3 from him. We were literally struggling to get points in this game week, and you're taking away the points that we -3 from him. Pais, they did a comeback against Southampton, but unfortunately they conceded 2 goals, so 1 point from him. Van de Ven, 1 point from him as well. Early kickoff, Tottenham versus West Ham, beat West Ham 4-1. It's painful when these teams concede just 1 goal. I mean, just try and keep the clean sheet, but yeah, 1 point from Van de Ven. Thankfully, he didn't get a yellow card in that game anyways. Salah, Egyptian King, has a fantastic record against the Big Six. Expected nothing less. 12 points from him. Got a goal and assist. Got 2 bonus points as well. Palmer, a blank from him. From the game, he didn't really look like he was involved so much for Chelsea in the game. It seemed like they put a lot of, attention on him, which is valid because he is their best player. So that expected output wasn't really there. But it doesn't take away the fact that he still had reasonably decent game, but just no attacking return from him. Rogers got a goal against Fulham, so 6 points from him, no bonus points. McNeil got an assist against Ipswich Town in their 2-0 win away from home. Haaland, third blank in a row. Honestly, it's getting hard to justify his price, but then again, you have to look at the team he's playing for and the amount of chances that they spin out for him. And you just know that eventually he'll get back to goal scoring form and it will just be a terrible mistake not to have him. So, but yeah, a blank from him, captaincy on him as well, 4 points. Delap, 2 points, seemed lost in the game, got subbed off at about 70 something minutes. So overall, for my team, 34 points, red arrow again this game week. I think I've dropped to a rank of 420k, looking to get back to, positive. But yeah, 34 points in my game week 18. So let's just look at what my team is shaping up to look like going into game week 9. So game week 9, basically, I'm still going to have Kelleher in goal. He's going away to Arsenal. Um, it's going to be a dicey game, although Arsenal have a lot of injuries. But I don't know. It's Emirates. Anything literally can happen, and I don't know that they will want to lose 2 games on the spin, right? I don't know that they want to lose against Bournemouth and lose against Liverpool because that would just be them drifting farther and farther away from the title race. So Kelleher in my goal, I do see some potential for maybe save points in that game. Robinson is going to be my first defender going away to Everton. I do see some, potential for attacking return. I don't know if there's going to be a potential clean sheet return because Everton have, seem to have started finding their form. So he's still going to be my first defender anyway. Van de Ven, away to Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace haven't really been great this season. They've been terrible defensively. They've conceded in almost every game they've played this season. But Tottenham aren't so great defensively either. They could easily just concede in this game as well. But, I do believe that Crystal Palace haven't been, really solid defensively from set pieces, and this may be a place where Tottenham will look to exploit in that game. And you have the players like Van de Ven, you have Romero that are great, attacking the set pieces. So we may see an attacking return from him from set pieces. Then you have Faiz as my third defender, hosting Nottingham Forest. I do definitely see Leicester conceding in this game. Forest have been really, really great this season. Wood has been on form for the Forest team. I do see Leicester City like conceding in this game, possibly even losing the game. Um, but I haven't made a decision on what my defensive lineup is going to look like. But this is what it looks like for now. We'll still have a few press conferences, so just wait till then to decide. Um, in my midfield, I have Saka. I haven't. I'm not fixed on whether he's going to remain in my team yet. I have Rogers playing at home to Bournemouth. I see a potential for another attacking return in that game. Villa have just been really, really great attacking wise this season. Rogers has seen, it seems like he has found his goal scoring form. He has returned in 3 games, I think, back to back for Aston Villa. Got an assist in the Champions League, as well during the midweek game. So, I think Rogers is still a good hold, great budget value as well. McNeil playing at home to Fulham. He could have easily gotten a goal actually over the weekend against Ipswich. He's a really great pick for me. He's nailed on minutes and offers great budget value as well. Mohamed Salah, I don't see myself taking him out of my team. He has, like I said earlier, a really great record against the Big Six. Against Arsenal alone, he has scored 10 goals and provided 2 assists. That's 12 goal involvement against the Gunners in all their meetings with them rather in the Premier League. And Arsenal have defensive woes. Saliba is not going to play the match due to the red card. Timber, we haven't heard any news from him. Most likely still injured. Caliafuri got injured in their UCL game. Absence of Odegaard in the midfield, and we're not still certain whether Saka is going to be available for the game. So it's just a lot of, unforeseen circumstances right now. And I just feel like Liverpool are going to want to, capitalize on the absence of all these players in this game. So I actually see Salah getting some potential hauls in this game. My fifth midfielder is Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer, like we know from his record last season, he didn't go back-to-back games where he blanked, and we saw him blank in the game against Liverpool. And this is a home game against Newcastle. Newcastle haven't been great defensively either. Um, I do see him getting a potential attacking return, possibly even 2 in this game. He also has a really decent record against them. I think he scored twice against them last season. So I think Cole Palmer is a great pick. He also rose in price. Um, I think just yesterday or earlier this morning. So I do think I believe that FPL managers are looking to bring him in ahead of the game week. Haaland, my first attacker. South, he's hosting Southampton. Got a brace, a wonderful acrobatic kick. He used to score the goal against Sparta Prague. Got a brace against them. Um, so he's going to be my captain most likely this week. Then finally, Delap is my second striker going away to Brentford. It's actually going to be a dicey game. I do still see Brentford coming away with a win. But I just believe that, as an FPL attacker, you just can't rule them out completely. That's why he's an attacker and he's fixed on penalty duties as well. So he still offers a certain route to potential attacking returns. So this is what my team looks like at the moment. Um, I do have one free transfer. I'm thinking of, I'm still considering whether I want to move away from Saka or I want to move away from Saliba. And if I do decide to go away from Saliba, I will be looking to bring in possibly Rico Lewis, you know, or I'll be looking to bring in the likes of maybe Reece James for the fixture against Newcastle. Um, but if I do decide to take away Saka, I would be thinking about bringing in Buemo, which I think has really, really great fixtures still going forward, nailed up penalty duties as well. and he's hosting Ipswich, I do see a potential attacking return or a massive haul for him in that game against Ipswich. So potentially, I do think he's going to be one of my midfield targets if I do decide that I want to move away from Saka. Son is another option, although we didn't see him train ahead of the Europa League game, so I am a bit skeptical about picking him in my squad. He has a really great record against Crystal Palace, by the way, and like I said, they're battling relegation. So there are two ways to look at it, really, right? We might see a Crystal Palace side that comes and concedes a lot of goals against you know, a high flying attacking Tottenham side, or we can see a Crystal Palace side that comes to come and fight back, try to get back into the season. And the game could then just go either way, right? So that's tagged alongside the fact that I'm not sure what Son's minutes are going to be like, or if he's even going to start the game, just makes me a bit skeptical about whether or not I should actually bring him into my team going into Game Week 9. I still have him as one of my options, depending on what we see, maybe what we hear from, press conferences tomorrow before the deadline. So he's still, he's a 50-50 for me on one of my transfer targets. There's him, there's Mbuemo, and then I have to Foden and Savio. So we know that Grealish is out injured for 7 to 10 days. Jeremy Doku out for a bit longer. So I see Foden coming back into the mix. He started the Champions League match midweek, got a goal. KDB is still, he's not fully back to full fitness, so we're not going to see him in the game against Southampton. So Foden is a really great pick in my opinion. It's a home game, right? And we all know what his form was for City in home games last season. So he got an assist as well for the winning goal against Wolves. I think it's a really great, option. We can see a massive haul from him. Most of his double figure hauls last season came in home games. And then for Savinho, I believe that he's due a potential haul. If I'm being very honest, he's been really great when he starts for City, even coming off the bench. He got an assist for Haaland's acrobatic goal in the Champions League. He's been on really, really great form, and I just believe that it's a matter of time before the hauls begin to come. It just may be against Southampton, and they have their defensively their left hand side tends to leak a lot, and Savinho may be able to exploit that, in my opinion. So he's another great shout if you're looking for a City asset to bring in going into the game week, right? So these are my possible transfer targets if I'm going to make any transfers. But yeah, I do possibly see myself moving away from Saka rather than moving away from Saliba. Although I am tired of holding Saliba in my team, if I'm being very honest, because he hasn't really lived up to what I would have expected, from him compared to what he was returning last season. At least he was, going power for power with Gabriel for potential attacking returns, but we just haven't seen anything from him of that nature this season. So I may be looking at moving away from him, when I roll a few transfers. But I think my mind is fixated currently on moving away from Saka. But I still am skeptical because Arteta doesn't ever like give us straight information about these players and whether or not they're going to start. And Saka also is a big game player. I do believe if he starts this game for Arsenal, the game may be a little bit different from what Liverpool are expecting. So it's just going to go down to the line for me. But yeah, if I'm going to be making any moves, probably going to be in my midfield. And it's going to be one of my midfield transfer targets. So this is what my team looks like. A lot of people are talking about the triple captainship. I am not. I don't think I'm going to be activating my triple captain this week. Um, yes, there's a really, really high probability that he's, going to get a massive haul against Southampton, but at the end of the day, it's still 50-50. He may come away with just a goal. He may come away with a blank. I strongly believe that triple captaincy is best left for double game weeks. Although we may not see pleasant double game weeks this season, just like we saw last season where, we waited for the double game weeks to, use the triple captain chips and the free hit chips, and we saw big teams facing themselves in the double game week. So it may not be as pleasant, and we may not even have as many double game weeks as we usually have. But I still stick to the fact that triple captain chips are best used in double game weeks, right? So basically, he's going to be my captain. If I see any other information that, sheds more light on why it may be a better option to triple captain him. I may be convinced, but as of now, he's going to be my captain. So this is what my team looks like. My vice captaincy is going to be on Cole Palmer going into game week 9. So thank you guys for watching my video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. I'll do well to get to them as soon as I can. If you're new around here, subscribe, leave a like, turn on your notifications so you get notified when I post the next video. And see you guys in the next video. Once again, this video is brought to you by myself, FPL Carnage, in association with GW9.